Alright, let's talk about some more advanced examples of algebraic equations, this time where they have variables on both sides of the equation. Okay? These are very similar to the process of when they are only on one side. Okay? Again, the idea of algebraic equations is to get the variables to one side of the equation and your numbers on the other side. Okay? So in order to do this, again, we're going to use inverse operations. So I always like to bring my x terms, such as 3x and 2x, I always like to gather them over to the left side. Okay? And I like to gather my numerical terms, such as 3 and 4, over to the right side. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to subtract positive 2x from both sides. Alright, and by doing that, I can then cross this one out because I won't need it anymore. 2x minus 2x is always 0. So then I can do the same thing with positive 3 because I want to get them on opposite sides. So they cross out as well, again because 3 minus 3 is 0. So what do I have left? If I have 3 x's and I take away 2 of them, I just have 1 x. And then if I have 4 minus 3, we know that's 1, so I have x equals 1. So if I go back and check it now, okay, if I go back and check it now, I have 3 times 1, checking the first side, plus 3 equals 6, and I have 2 times 1 plus 4 equals 6 as well. So I get 6 equals 6. I know that x equals 1 is the answer I want, so it checks out. Let's look at a second equation now. Okay, how about 4x plus 3 equals 5x plus 1? Alright, process is the same. Gather your variable terms, such as 4x and 5x, to one side, and gather 3 plus 1 to the other side. Okay? It doesn't matter whether you gather your variables to the left or right. In this case, I'm going to do my variables on the right side this time in order to avoid having to deal with negative numbers, because I don't like dealing with negative numbers if I can help it. So I'm going to take 4x and subtract it from both sides. So 4x minus 4x is 0. So that's 0. And then I take my 1, I take it from over here and put it over here with a 3. So again, I have 1's cancel out. 1 minus 1 equals 0. So what do I have now? I have 2 equals 1x. Okay? I have 2 equals 1x. So now that is nice, 2 equals x, but I typically like to see things written as x equals 2. Okay? They're the same thing. It doesn't matter whether order you write them, honestly it's just a matter of preference. So let's go back and check that one now. So 4 times 2 plus 3 equals 8 plus 3 is 11. And then 5 times 2 plus 1 is 10 plus 1, also 11. So we get 11 equals 11, and therefore it checks. So now, in our next one, we're going to have some equations where our x terms involve an extra step, meaning we will have a number in front of the x, and we'll have to do something special to get rid of that. So join us next time for the continuation of algebraic equations.